Yes.
Hey folks, NXT just went off the air. Unpopular Review is going on the air. This is the NXT Review Show on the Unpopular Review Network. I am. Oh, we should get this down first. Hi guys. What happened to our background? That's so fantastic.
Where did it go?
Yeah, it literally left us before the show. I think that is so great. Let's fix that real quick. Okay, there we go. Hey, this is Unpopular Review. I'm one of your hosts, the Great Grand Slam Poobah, and with me, as always, is the God, I'm messing up my words. It's the freaking good popcorn here. Sabrina, Estella, and officially joining us, we have Frecklesensei. Folks, how are you guys?
Hey, Mr. Angel.
Oh yeah, you got. We'll start with you, Sabrina. How the heck are you? Hey, Miss Doug. Is she with us? I don't think. I think she's got that.
Let me sorry. I was about to be petty to Nelly, but you can't really be petty to a person that wants a residency in Las Vegas. But anyway, I'm so happy to be here. Now, don't get twisted. It is a trio. It's just one of our people has been going through some stuff. I know for me here in Atlanta, we got snow going on and it's crazy. So I don't know. Elsa just taking over everything between the internet and my house. But I'm happy to be here. So grateful to be here. Like I said before, last week, this is the
yes, it is
possessed. But this is hands down the best, most complete and organized show in all of UPR.
Ooh.
And this is why one of the reasons why I made the switch. I made the switch for personal reasons because people got adults and we got adult teens. Like Tommy said, we got responsibilities. But also,
oh yeah, that was definitely Tommy.
But also this is the best show back to back twice champion. Each and every person that has been on this show that predicts, we have won the predictions. So if you want to be the best, you join the best. You don't try to beat the best, you join the best to learn how to be the best. But anyway, go back to you, Jack, before I start being petty and start throwing shade at people.
Well, we're oh God, Sabrina, how the heck are you? Right, we wanted to make sure we got your wording, but how are you?
I'm fine, except for the fact that today has literally been like a day of England in the winter. It's cold and it's been raining all day.
Oh, it's been raining all day.
All day.
We began flurries. We got ice. We almost got black ice right now.
This is frozen.
Look like that.
She's on her Elsa. There we go. Before we talk about NXT, we're going to talk about NXT, but I thought this would be interesting to talk about here, and I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say. But real quick, you're watching Unpopular Review. You're watching on YouTube. Do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, give us a like. If you're watching on Facebook, share in your wrestling group chats and stuff like that. If you're on Twitter, hi. Repost it. That will help. And if you're on Twitch, I don't think there's any kind of thing, but we see you there in Twitch, and we're gonna say hi. And I know we're doing it on your Instagram here. So if you are watching through Instagram, also hi. And we thank you for choosing us to talk about some NXT. NXT was an interesting show tonight, but I wanted to open up with this. And TNA over the weekend, it was revealed that TNA and NXT, they said WWE, but it's really been more NXT. They're definitely officially partnering up. They have officially confirmed the relationship. I think this is some interesting news. So I'm going to start with you, Sabrina and Estella. What do you think about this news of NXT and TNA officially officially announcing their relationship?
Well, I think that it's about damn time that NXT became an official thing finally between the companies, so forth. And I'm just going to say one thing to the creative talent at TNA that like to bring their talents over to NXT. No Tessa Blanchard. Next!
Right. Straight to the point.
Thank God she's a racist chance at her match against Jordan Grace at Genesis. There were some fans on her side, but she got some she's a racist chance.
Oh, so yeah, it was beautiful.
Don't bring her on the NXT product.
It was beautiful. Beautiful.
What you got, Freckles?
God. First of all, the fact that some people and I'm trying not to be petty, but some people believe that cancel culture is just for soft people, and some people even said that on their Facebooks recently. But I'm here to say is that cancel culture has literally canceled two respectable wrestlers back to back like weeks. First of all, we had Hulk Hogan getting booed out of any and every stadium that he can even think of, and poor Jimmy Hart just standing in the background, just waving the flag like, I was in like you, brother. And then on top of that, we have CM Punk yesterday talking about how old and dusty Hogan is. Then we go into TNA, and then they're just chatting that she's a racist to Tessa Blanchard. I love this move. I felt like this move made it seem where, like, you know, how I compare it to where AEW was getting them rumors that, oh, they only did the merger with New Japan so they can take their wrestlers. This does give TNA a chance to, one, be able to compete for the number 2, because we all know WWE is going to be number 1, hands down. Like, they've been running things consistently. If Hogan never even showed up to TNA wouldn't even be in the position they was in the first place. But that's another segment for another day. I love this move. I think certain people, like, you're going to see Jordan, you're going to see Josh, you're going to see Joe Hendry. You definitely gonna see Hammerstone a lot in NXT. I'm thinking some more, but I really want to see what the TNA side is going to benefit from. Like, are people like Oba Femi is going to go to TNA? Is, you know, like, are certain people going to special guest over in TNA? Because if so, then this is going to be like almost Forbidden Door on steroids.
I just want to say this: if TNA's not number 2 already, who is? And do not say AEW.
Unfortunately,
I think it is. I think.
Unfortunately, I have to say AEW. Unfortunately, now hear me. That's why I say unfortunately. I have to say AEW only because the way that they've been selling out internationally.
It's had some good moments, but it hasn't been the same.
It really is. I mean, look, TNA's on it is rebuilding package thing right about now. It wasn't even. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out if they were number 3 or number 4.
It was called what?
Impact. It was called Impact. It was called Impact.
It was like Global something at one point. Global.
Yeah, small little period of time. They'll call it Global Force Wrestling, and then some kind of thing. And it was but no, it's AEW. I mean, right now, look, I think right now for TNA, I think this is great.
What's up,
I mean, they're hey. I think it's cool that they're buddying up with WWE, and I think there's going to be some really cool things there. You know, I was thinking about this as I was saying, man, this would be a fun question to start before we talk about NXT. I look at this as beneficial for both brands. So there's a lot of people who don't get TV time, and I'm just going to talk about NXT here. And what better way of sending them over there to get some time to get some reps and do things? I was thinking about people like Raleigh Osborne. He was someone not doing something for a period. I mean, he was coming out with Chase U and stuff, but I think he was a part of an X Division match. Cool. You had Brindley Reese out there. I think she's a bubbly girl. I like her, but she don't get enough TV time. Send that to TNA. And also, too, I was thinking about you saying, like, man, what's some cool things that can happen? Why not send out? Hold up. Why not send out AJ Styles? He is Mr. TNA. How cool would that be?
I think the only way that's going to happen currently is once AJ goes on his final run, then he's just going to go to TNA and close out his career. That's what I think.
I don't think he's going to close out TNA. I think he has like a one-off. I think when he ends his career, is going to be definitely WWE. But him going, and look, George is talking about Cora versus Marsha Slamovich, which I love. And they've teased that on, and Jeffrey. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but Jeffrey Jeffrey mentioned TNA Genesis was so good. I wish I would have watched it. I just have nowhere to watch it. But I think this is so cool.
An account for TNA Plus.
We do.
I'm good, Charmaine. How you been?
And then you have to pay $9.99 a month for it.
I like
absolutely not. Look, I'm not going to hold you.
Now you get a free month. You do get a free month. I'll send y'all the code, but there's a promo code that I just got that gives you TNA. Just gives you TNA for a month for free.
Yeah, because I'm so careful with these. You know, on my phone the other day, I saw that I was charged for something. I said, "Oh, I forgot to delete this app." That's why I'm so cautious about doing, because they just take money. I don't really have money. If you want to do me a favor, guys, in the chat, we see you, we love you. Shoot me a few dollars because I am a guy who likes ginger ale. But I think this move is fun, and I think there's going to be some really cool things. Let me ask you guys this question right here, too. Joe Henry, he finally won the TNA Championship. He called out John Cena. What is the possibility of seeing John Cena show up in the Impact Zone? Did someone laugh?
No, that was me taking a drink out of my water.
Okay.
I feel like it's slim.
It's a very slim chance. It'll be more of a. I think it'd be a little bit more probable if Joe Hendry were to pop up somewhere to show from calling out John Cena. My guess is if John Cena entered himself in the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, and
I think he's definitely going to be there. We got Charmaine. She likes your background.
You. So I did it in honor of me being snowed in literally today.
They are going up.
Maybe I should have asked him to make a background of it being rainy and cold, because that's how it is for me right now.
He says John Cena on TNA. No. Go ahead.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about John Cena being on.
No, that's fair.
TNA. But I do see him being like on NXT or Royal Rumble, and Joe Hendry shows up.
Yeah, I think Joe Hendry is definitely going to be in the Rumble. I think someone mentioned this, and I thought it was really cool because I think for the longest time, I don't know if everybody was like this, but I was like, why do they keep like teasing him win the TNA Championship, but he don't win it? He won it here. And someone pointed out that he most likely won it now because the Royal Rumble is that next week? I want to say it's next week.
It's 2 weeks from now.
It's 2 weeks from now. Is on February 1st.
All right. Jeffrey points out, ATL had snow again. I didn't know. How do y'all live? It's so amazing. Y'all get snow.
No.
Sabrina, she's in Florida.
Do we get snow down here? We get cold fronts from all y'all up in the north. Keep y'all cold weather to yourself. We don't.
First of all, it's so many.
No, absolutely not. Sabrina, still I share.
I'm with Sabrina with this.
No,
I'm with Sabrina with this.
No,
it's so many Northerners that moved down here to Atlanta that they brought the snow and the ice, and I don't know how.
Hold up. Wait. No. I
already get snow 2 years. It's the first time we get snow twice in a year.
A few things. One, Freckles, you're new here, and I already know we're going to be arguing. I'm for it. And two, I don't know why, but I spilled hot sauce on my table, and I don't know why. I had to lick it to make sure it was hot sauce, and I'm glad it was hot sauce because that could have been bad. But let's keep moving on.
Wait,
I don't know.
Wait. What would it happen?
You wanted to join the NXT show on Unpopular Review Frecklesensei this week.
But I don't know what else it would have been if it wasn't us.
I'm glad. I mean, it could have been blood. Who knows? But I just took a look and I was like, thank God. But you guys, we want to say thank you for tuning in and dealing with our banter. Let's talk it. We got good Chris. It's snowing in Florida, snow and rain. Yeah. We got Charmaine says, I'm in the Bronx, and it's she got a foul language. Clean your language, Charmaine. It is effing cold. We don't curse here. This is a family show. How dare you?
Jesus. I know Bronx is cold right now. I know Bronx.
It's fucking freezing out here. I'm not gonna hold you.
Ah!
There goes my ginger ale money. And we got Todd in the chat. He says, hello. Let's talk about it. We had the North American Championship match that opened up. We had Tony Lee against the fantastic Ridge Holland. I'm a big fan of Ridge Hollands. I love Freckles. Do you know why I like Ridge Hollands?
I get it because he destroyed Chase U. I know how y'all turned on Chase U. I don't appreciate
No. Don't look at me. It was all him. It was all him.
I don't appreciate the turning, but I do appreciate the Ridge Holland redemption that he finally got. Like
redemption.
Well, when you hurt one of our best and most favorite WWE wrestlers of all time in Big E, and the way that the IWC came at him doing that whole entire fiasco, to me, he redeemed himself a little bit. He was always boring on the mic. To me, he didn't really pull, but he could always go in the ring, and that was what made me like him, gave my interest in him. Now with this match, he didn't do all that great to me, but he made me entertained, and that's all I'd be caring about. That's all I mostly be caring about with certain wrestlers. Like, can you entertain me? Can you like pull me in when I can watch him play, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, this hits. This hits for him. Or like, nah, this ain't gonna hit, but he got the talent. And for me, Ridge got the talent. It's just he's missing some spark for him to be like an actual main eventer or even like mid-card title.
All right. Sabrina, you want to take the floor here, madam?
Let's see. Match was fine. I was okay with it. I expected shenanigans and tomfoolery. I didn't expect Izzy to come out there and inadvertently attack Ridge Holland in the face via kick. And my guess is now she's trying to insert herself into the family because she said no to joining Shawn Spears. And if she joins Shawn Spears into that cult-like thing he's got going on, that woman's going to have zero redemption.
She did deliver quite the big boot. I mean, that was a big boot. A few things to mention here. Yeah, I thought this match was fine. I thought there was this really cool spot that Ridge did where it looked like Tony was going for a spine buster and then he just got kneed. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, I saw that.
And I mean, it was a heavyweight fight. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I thought it was solid. I would sit here and say I thought it was solid. I did want to mention real quick here because there was a lot of I guess he was in the news for the last week or a few days, however you want to word. But Corey Graves is back, and he says, "I'm happy to be here."
They paid him to say that he was happy to be there. We know that he's been complaining that he doesn't want to be down there.
And you know what? Not for nothing. I've been at my job for 17 years, and when I see people, I'm like, I'm happy to be here. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just got to say, you're happy to be here.
I do that now because I have a job and I work with kids, and I can't say that, no, I don't want to be here, but I worked in retail for nearly 10 plus years, and I told my coworkers I was talking to.
10 years, good God. I lasted 3.
But I'm helping y'all out, so don't give me no lip. Well, I didn't say that last part, but
you know what? I commend you for working with kids because sometimes kids just talk a lot of trash back, and I talk back to them sometimes. I'm like, first off, your vocabulary stinks. Like your parents didn't really want to do it.
You could not tell a kid. Of course, a kid's vocabulary is going to stink. It just started.
Mine was advanced at 3, so no, I it's unrelatable. Sorry. Oh, look, Miss Thug Angel. She said she used to teach, so she feels you.
Well, technically,
I teach kids on the weekends, and trust me,
I just work in the front desk of where I work, and we work with kids, but they're on one side of the room. I'm all the way in the front, so I don't really deal with them too much until they come in, and then they gotta go home.
Oh yeah, you got. Oh yeah, you. Oh, so you good.
But yeah, I thought that was solid. What's the next segment we got? We got what? So. Question: when did Wes Tyson and Tariq start teaming up? I think I missed this. When did they start filming?
I was wondering when did that happen, but I guess they're doing a slight heel turn, and nobody said a damn word because
nothing.
Wesley went up to Dion Lennox's face, and he says that there's difference between potential and achievements, and Lennox fires back and gets in his face, and then Wesley addresses Trick Williams, mocks him, and then
slapped the hell out of him.
Smack the black. Actually, smack the dread man.
This is why I put this in here because that slap reminded me of this. That slap.
You know what? That's funny because when I came in the room and I saw that picture, I said, "Oh, that's great. It's not big enough, but slap." I think we should have got the audio for that. Honestly, slap. Yeah.
Look, I wanted it, but I was like, "What if we get copyrighted for that?" Because YouTube, and this is why this is a perfect time to tell y'all that we do have a Patreon, so that way we don't get copyrighted for anything that we do or say. So you may end up hearing a lot of sound bites from me, definitely a lot of sound bites on our Patreon real soon. Please subscribe. Any money comes towards it will help us with more equipment, will help us with more editing. We need an editor. We need more things because we got jobs and stuff, so we need help. So we need you, all 37 of you that's watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. But yes.
Can I add to that real quick? Because I thought you did a fantastic job. Tremendous. I have 4 kittens in the back. And honestly, I can't feed them. I'm trying to tell them to get jobs. So if you really care about kittens, I would call them the Cat Street Boys, but one of them is a girl, so I can't do that.
That's wild.
Yeah, the Cat Street Boys, but one of them is a girl.
Community.
No, honestly,
so technically,
I do like that. What do you call it? The Jack Cat community? I kind of like that. What you say?
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm with
time
the Jack
too.
Cat. I think the Jack Cat community should say. I was gonna say the Big Bang Theory or the Big Fang Theory, but
I like that so much. But
The
one of
Big
them,
Theory?
one of them is out of the group. I'll put a picture up next week. One of them is out of the group. They hissed.
oh,
One of them hissed at me. They're no longer apart. So if you want a kitten, come my way because he is out. Oh, she. I don't know what it is. She's fired. I fire cats.
I hope I don't get canceled for saying this, but this is gonna be the first cat that's called Day. This is gonna be the first cat that's Day at this point because we don't know what it is.
I'm not sure. I'm terrible with cats. I want to address this real quick because we're going to move on. George,
for 2 seconds.
George, and that was upsetting to me. I want the floor here. I'm on the floor. I'm laying on the floor. I'm about to throw the greatest I can't pronounce words because George messed it up. I'm throwing a temper tantrum. Why was JC on for 2 seconds? This was a disgrace. I'm very upset. And I do want to say, last week, I didn't get to say this, but the bangs work for her. JC is fantastic. I'm ready to write the book. It's called the Jack and JC book. And it's going to be narrated by
Morgan Freeman.
No, I don't want to have
Keith
anything
David.
to do. I don't want to have nothing to do with him anymore. I hate him.
Keith David.
No, Vin Diesel. We have made amends.
Ooh.
You've made amends with Dom Toretto?
Ooh.
Oh, that's the guy who played Don Terrell? Never mind. I got to figure this out. I had no idea who Don Toretto was. I don't even know why this is. What is the ASAP Rocky? I'm still trying to figure that out. But what's the next segment? Take the floor.
That's Rocky, but anyways.
What is that? What is that? A record?
That's a rapper, but
It's
anyway.
a rapper that tried to come at everybody from the West Coast and then
Failed epically? I don't know. I don't listen to any of his music. But anyways, we had what Dice would consider to be one of the greatest moments of his NXT Tuesday showing. Bayley making her entrance and coming into the ring.
Oh, so this is Dice's. Oh, this is totally Dice's fault. I'm glad that you said this. This is great. Thank you, Wrestling Doll. Right, because why was Bayley on my TV? I like Bayley. Hey, we love some Bayley. Hey, and I don't want to wake up anybody. I apologize, but why was she on my TV for that long? JC should have been on TV. This is a disgrace. This is the great disrespect act. It's in full gear tonight. I'm hot right about now. Someone give me a ginger. Oh, I broke my headset. Someone give me a damn ginger ale. God darn it. Go ahead, take the floor.
Anyways, she gets welcome home chance, and she agrees that it's her home.
Welcome home.
Well, everybody knows she came up from it. She came up from the indie scene.
I mean, she did have one of the big. She did have one like the most legendary matches of NXT. So I give that to her.
NXT Brooklyn Takeover 2. Just saying.
No, that was 1.
I give that to her.
Good job, but it was Takeover. You was right, but it was Takeover 1. You're talking about with Sasha, right? That was 1.
Yeah,
that was 1.
With Sasha, that was 1.
But anyway,
fantastic match, by the way. But go ahead.
But she said last week she came to talk to Roxanne Perez because she cares about Roxanne and everything she'd done. But all I got her was a big old slap. And she said that she was acting like CM Punk and Natalia, but that's a compliment. That they taught her how to get back and help.
Is that true?
NXT don't know Roxanne nothing. If anything, she owes NXT for getting rid of entitled idiots like Roxanne Perez, but it might be too late for that because not only did she get slapped in the face, but Roxanne Perez seems to love her so much because she came to her matches in SmackDown and in Raw and was bothering her from the front row and saying that plan was lame and that she should have had something better, that was just a small plan. And that she mentioned Julia. She comes out. She says, Roxanne may not look up to you, but I do. And that she hopes to hold the title with as much honor and love as she did. Bayley thanks her. She says Julia's going to make some historic moments of her own because that title can change your career and life. Then enter the Terror Twins in Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, wearing all the leather in the world. And they walk in and she tells Bayley to stop the act and stop being so innocent because she actually cared for the future.
Yeah.
She went and punched her in the face last night. And she says it's hard to hear you because you're getting the Dominic Mysterio treatment. You're getting booed out of the damn room. And then that's
No,
Cora.
for real. It was.
What are you doing here?
Oh, that was fantastic.
The
Honestly,
booing was wild. The booing was like Dominic level. It was definitely Dominic Heat level.
You might even say New Day at this point, but I thought that was so good. I mean, like I didn't realize they had that much heat. Like I know
Seriously,
people don't.
I thought people still like Roxanne. I thought people still like
educated people. And it's most of them. It's the same people, so are there every week. They're invested in the stories.
Absolutely not.
Listen, we all know that Steve is saying that Julia's boring because he wants Stephanie back here to hold that title. But anyway,
I hold a grudge against Stephanie for her, but carry on.
I just never care for her.
Who, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I see the presence. I see what makes her special. But anytime, like I said, if you do something to JC, I immediately I disown you.
But
anyways,
I think that's the other thing. My other problem is like when you try to go for cheap heat, like when you try to go for like the cheap pop, it does nothing for me because it's like, okay, you got that moment, but then you can't keep building off of it. Like, I hate to say it, but look at Baron Corbin. He retired Kurt Angle, but look what happened to him. He went from
now he wrestled at GCW. Now he wrestled at GCW.
Which by the way, I do from the bottom of my heart feel like Baron Corbin did get slided in the E. Like he really should have stayed. He should have been able to stay there. They should never have cut him in the first place. He actually played a good permanent role. It was just
they didn't know what to do with him after when they took him out of that one role that he was good at.
Well, I will say they didn't know what to do with him ever since he failed to cash in when John Cena blocked it, which was also made me not like John Cena like that much because it's like, bro, you could have just let him cash in. Like, why did you stop him? Because ever since that, Baron Corbin just kept on going down, and then it's like he didn't get a come up until he went to become Happy Corbin after he stopped looking like an Applebee's manager.
Oh, I hated when he was Happy Corbin. But anyways,
carry on.
That she was a bit naive Bayley fan once too, and that as far as she's concerned, Julia should just give the title back to Roxanne right now. And the boos kept going, and it was hard to understand what they were saying because nobody would be quiet. And Julia and Bayley were having fun with it, just pointing at the ear, moving and like, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then she says that, and Roxanne says that Bayley knows deep down that the current NXT has exceeded what the Four Horsemen did. And she should just admit why she's really here, which is pointing at the title and understanding to myself, girl, Bayley has already held that belt. She don't need it right now. And then they start fighting.
She contradicted. I was so disappointed in this segment when it came to Roxanne and Cora Jade because I get you're trying to go for the heels thing, but you contradicted yourself too much. How are you going to say that y'all did better than the Four Horsewomen? Like, absolutely. Like,
it's heat.
But essentially, two of the current four, two of the new generation.
I get it.
Four Horsewomen.
Y'all don't even hold a candle to what those four did, let alone NXT. And then how they ended up basically being the best women of all time, not named Trish Stratus or Lita, that literally you could put all four in that top 5 slot and nobody could really counter argue. Like, nah.
I mean, it's really just for heat. I mean, they're gonna say that just so they can have people do what we're doing, sit here and be like, "Oh, that's not true," and anything like that. And to answer George's question, he said, "Why was Cora Jade there to set up for this tag team match?" You know, you have Cora Jade and Roxanne. They're pretty much tied to the hip. And also, too, I think to give Cora Jade some TV time, she was talking about Jeffrey. He talked about watching was it TNA Genesis? Cora was there. She confronted, and we're gonna be getting a match eventually. I don't know when. Between her and Slamovich. So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to be a thing. I mean, she was here last week on NXT. She was there on Sunday. Yeah, but this is all just a setup for a tag match. This is heat. Bayley's just there to, Bayley's established, right? So she goes down there. She's going to have a match with Roxanne. We don't know if it's on NXT or the main roster because she also threw out there that Roxanne has been following her. She was on SmackDown when she had that match against Tiffany Stratton. Excuse me. She had a match yesterday with Nia Jax. That's got to be something terrible. Hey, I'm back on Raw, and I'm debuting back on Raw, and you lose.
Wait, I think I can win some tickets for NXT because it's coming in Atlanta, and they just.
I hope that you go. You should go if you have. It is a fun time. Anytime you go to an NXT
I've
show,
gone several times. He went once.
I went a few times. Yeah, it's a great time. You will have a good time on an
Well,
NXT show.
and the good thing is he'll be in Atlanta, so he won't be in the famous NXT parking lot.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting jumped and die. I'll never forget. I went to the NXT parking lot, and I immediately I took a strong dislike to the executive consultant. Shout out to him. They do a great job on Monday Night Raw. But I immediately said, "You brought me to Florida for this." But not for nothing. When I went to the NXT parking lot, we ran into one Jade Cargill, and I will mimic EC every chance I get for him. He did, and I was very disturbed.
What I would have paid for someone to have recorded that and put it up on social
It was too quick for me to do it. It was too quick. It was very quick. I said, "Dude, are you all right?"
If Jake can't go back then at that time, of course he wasn't all right.
Like, did he did he orgasm and was in shock at the same time? Like,
Probably.
I don't know. I thought he popped a blood vessel. I wasn't sure what was going on there.
like he popped something else too. But
anyway, speaking of we had Kaylani Jordan in the back with a couple people, and then Jada gets in her face, and they start going back and forth, being like,
You know what I got for this? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're gonna make it real. And Jada was like, being pretty doesn't make you one of us. The realest person is looking right back at your ass. And then Carmen's like, calm down, relax. None of that matters. Love is in the air. My God, I felt so sick just watching her act like a lovesick puppy. And then Jada get in her face and be like, you got a kiss from this man who's going to leave your ass in a few weeks. And she was like, the kiss that I initiated. And then they start getting each other's face. And I'm like, girl, this ain't no goddamn high school TV drama. Stop acting like a lovesick child. Myself, when I watched the segment, I wanted to puke. I'm like, what the hell did they do to Carmen?
Yeah, I don't know what they did to Carmen, but I'm
It's
not like
like anime tropes. It's like with anime, and I'm going to geek out right now. I don't care. It's like with the girls, that they make them all damsels in distress and be so feminine and get all love struck every time they see the guy they like. And I was just thinking, like, girl,
I simply,
she did it.
I think I call it. I'm gonna start calling it the Nikita Lyons effect, like because it kind of started. Because if you think about it, it started this whole little love. Oh, I'm in love. Started with Nikita messing with Oba Femi, and then it went from that to Dion.
Turn heel,
and
that was just she got attacked before.
It was just it's getting too much. Like I agree, Carmen did not need to go this route. Carmen definitely didn't.
I just wanted to throw out here because there was so much chaos going on. Because even in the last segment, you have Julia and Bayley. They're fighting Roxanne and Cora, and then meanwhile in the back they're fighting. So my note here was women are fighting. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here on this show. Or this spot right here, and even Jada, she's getting into it with Kalani. And then she gets it with Carmen, and we'll talk about that match later. Women, they were beating the hell out of each other. Jeffrey, he agrees with you. He says, told you this made me sick last week. And I mean, if you're still sick from last week, you should definitely go see a doctor. You don't want to be sick for that long. We got Seth.
That bug going around.
Yeah, that bug. That's why I always have Raid with me. He says, Jada Parker is so hot. She is a pretty girl.
Here, and Dice would agree with you.
Jada is hot.
Jada's a pretty girl. No, absolutely.
She looks way better than Bayley, to be honest.
Says the one who put Bayley at his number 2 to annoy Dice.
That was spiteful. That was spiteful.
That was just out of pettiness. I ain't gonna lie. That was
spite. No, that's what you do.
Me being petty.
And you know what? I'm not gonna hold you. I applaud you for such a fantastic move. You know what it was? Freckles was playing 4D chess. Meanwhile, shout out to Z. He was playing Trouble, and he was definitely in trouble. I love that pun. Someone share that because I enjoyed all that. And if you don't know what Trouble is, it's a board game. That. Good.
And you know what? Trouble is underrated, but if you play with the wrong people, it makes the game not fun. Like if you play Trouble with like crash outs, you're not gonna have a good time.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Jeffrey says my girls Kalani and Jada fighting.
I know. That did hurt my heart. That hurt my heart a little bit.
We're gonna say he says throw the Heritage Cup in the garbage, just make a bout. I just think get rid of the whole thing. I just don't think it has done. I have no interest in it. But go ahead.
It hasn't done anything. Like I've said before, it's the only thing of NXT UK that they keep in since they axed the program and started switching up the names of some of these people that used to be on NXT UK.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's basically the people that didn't make it. That's not named Walter or Pete Dunne. They're just
or Tony or Rhea Ripley.
And that's it. It's like they just grabbed them three. It's like, all right, you coming to the main roster, and y'all. Here's the cup. Like,
or go somewhere else.
I'm sorry, because I can't speak about NXT UK so much. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think about the guy because he was the NXT champ. He was the last one in UK. Tyler Bate, right?
Oh yeah, Bate.
Because there was a few people that they grabbed. I mean, even now they got but I do have to ask: is he hurt?
I don't know what happened to Tyler.
No, not Tyler Bate. I think he is hurt, but no, I was thinking about the guy who started the metaphor. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name, and we haven't seen. Yeah, where's he been? Yeah.
Really?
I think he's hurt.
Maybe recovering because goddamn, that man has been hurt for a hot minute.
He's been out. I want to say he's been out for almost a year. I want to say.
Yeah, it's been that long.
And I kind of miss him. He was kind of hilarious. I mean, and he could go in the ring, and he was someone from the NXT UK, and there was a few people that they grabbed and they kept. Is what I was trying to get at. What's the next thing that we got here, Wrestling Doll? You doing? Matter of fact,
Wesley.
I was gonna say before you do that, I know that they want us to do commercials. Let's hit these commercials. We're gonna play a commercial. We're gonna get back to more NXT. We want to say thank you guys for joining us live, and if you're watching on the playback, thank you. But we're going to play a commercial, and we will be back after these words.
I invented hashtag wrestling and storyline. I also invented Disney Plus and Thrust. Moving on. Okay.
Previously on the Mike Knox show.
And for the idiots, right? Because, everybody got a podcast. Everybody got a YouTube. Mm-hmm. These lights that they put in the arena. What is this? They tried everything they could to make Raw look bigger than what it was. You idiots. That's Intuitive Stadium. Them red lights I'm watching every game right now. We're live. That is part of the stadium of the Clipper Stadium. Yeah. You would know that if you watch more than just wrestling.
Yep.
Okay? I'm talking about Honeybee. Yeah. Talking about you, who are bitches. Yeah. Was there not to like about Monday Night Raw? Yeah. I know what was not to like about Monday Night Raw. As I have an honorable mention. This punk motherfucker named Kid.
Oh man, that was so funny.
Oh, in case you didn't know, Honeybee, you only been here about 8 episodes now. Mm-hmm. We don't show his face on this network.
I've noticed that the first time.
Who's that? Who's that missing? Oh shit, we don't.
That was.
Lose it, bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast. So all the news channels, y'all can kiss my ass. YouTube or Google me, turn it up and play it. Cause many people think it. I just had the balls to say it.
Hold on here. Is it the barbershop? Is it the barbershop? Yes, it's the barbershop. Yeah, I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. This ain't nothing but healthy conversation.
And that was the Mike Knox show. You could catch him on Monday, 6 p.m. He kicks off the week for us for Unpopular Review. Shout out to one Mike Knox. And, I'm not going to lie. There was, I don't know if you guys knew, but I saw Rock, I saw Hall, I saw Nash, and there was just a random floating body. I had no idea who that was.
Did anybody? I don't know who that was.
Yeah, I was confused.
I never seen a wrestler with no head, before.
Honestly,
was in the
wrestler Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown. You made a Charlie Brown's reference. I hate him too. I want to give a shout out real quick to Jeffrey. I like to talk to you guys because when we talk in wrestling, we want you guys to know we're talking to you. Shout out to Jeffrey because last week when I played that disrespectful Scooby-Doo clip, he said you should go against Bruno Mars. I'm going to try to do that for you, Jeffrey. I want you to know my beef with him. He lied to me. Did anybody know that his name is not really Bruno Mars? I was lied to. I thought that was his real name. And when I learned that wasn't his real name, I immediately said, so you're lying.
I told you that it wasn't his real name.
So he's a deceiver, he's a liar, a heartbreaker. I cannot trust him.
Go by stage names.
I'm picking on this particular one.
Peter G. Hernandez. What?
Yes.
See, that's what I'm talking about. His name is Peter.
He can trademark their legal name.
He don't look like a Peter.
He don't look like a Peter.
He does not look like a Peter. Hernandez makes sense. Hernandez makes sense. Peter, no, that doesn't make no sense. No.
That to his parents because that's what they named him.
Why did they do that?
Bruno's a liar. Bruno Mars is a liar.
Why didn't you ask the couple who named her child Apple?
Look. Oh yeah, Bruno's gonna get that work, Jeffrey. I'm gonna do that for you because that's what you asked for, pal. That's what we're gonna.
He is. Unfortunately, he is a Libra, just like myself, and the stereotype is that we're lying Libras. So,
Freckles, I gotta say, interacting with you, I've never felt no breath of lie come from you. You have been breath of lies. Yeah.
Drunk.
Oh my lord! I hope not. That's not good. You can't be drunk when you have a kid. That's terrible. George, I don't trust George. I think George is making up lies. I don't believe you. But what's the next segment, Wrestling Doll? You're doing a fantastic job.
Yes, you are. George is unhinged right now.
We
got 103. We getting to triple digits right now.
We thank you guys.
Well, look at us go. When we talk silly nonsense and buffoonery, what can we say? But anyway, speaking of buffoonery, we have Wesley and Dion.
that was a hell of a segment.
That was a smooth transition.
That was a hell of a segue. She had that one in the back pocket. I don't even think she had back pocket.
Yeah,
she said,
I think she saved
that.
Boom!
I got pockets in my hoodies, but Wesley kicked the crap out of this man. Kicked him 3 times before giving him the cardiac kick. And then he won, but after that, he gets the mic and he says that he took care of Dion. And then now after Trick slapped him in the face thinking he's the guy, he's going to take care of him in ATL next week.
It
gave Dion some time to be in the ring, and it moved on the Wesley story that he's trying to be all that in a bag of chips.
You know, can we give, because like we all know how great Wesley is, but could we give a little praise here to Dion because yes, he lost, but like he's a fucking beast. Like square job, boom. But like when he threw, because he doesn't like just throws you, he literally throws you to heaven, and God says now is not your time and sends you back down.
Well, and I mean, they call it the south of heaven.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not the heaven. So now we got the north. So
north of heaven, okay. But it's I love that we're pinpointing where heaven is. Like someone said, what about the east of heaven? We'll get there soon, guys. We'll get there soon. Here we go. Here we go. Geographic heaven. Geographically talking about heaven, yes.
Technically, I would give that to Braun Breaker because it feels like the way that he comes from the east to the west and sends you to heaven. It's
well, I mean, that man runs so fast when he's in that ring, he literally shakes it.
Oh my God! That clip that they had last year when he was at Stand and Deliver and he moved the ring,
so scary.
That will always be that will always be ridiculous. I agree with Jeffrey. He said Dion's great to watch. Yeah, I think he's somebody that you know, I think there's a lot of people ahead of him right now, so it's hard to say like, hey, let's put him here. But I think he's someone I would like to see on TV a little bit more. I think he has a good look. I think that he's capable in the ring. You know, I like Dion. Matter of fact, I do want to sit here and say real quick too. I feel like I'd be remiss if we didn't, since we're talking about the Wesley segment. It was nice. I didn't notice this until I was on Twitter. I was looking for pictures that we can have for a graphic, and Ildris and Malika back, like they were just there, just sitting there. Did you notice that? I didn't notice that.
No, but I'm happy.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. I hope that eventually they find something. You know, the tag team division. I mean, it's been kind of, you know, got some tag teams and stuff. But I'm
a ride or die, Malik Blade and Edith Thorpe. I was there for both their debuts. So,
and you know, I want the best for them. I think they're a great act. You know, right now I think OTM. I remember someone last week said that they didn't have too much momentum, and I like OTM. I'm just saying, there's some tag teams, and they're gonna just have to get back on the map.
I do like OTM. I thought a long time ago they was gonna, you know, win the tag team titles or like.
You know what? And I said that same. I said that same thing. I didn't mean to cut you off, but when they had that match with the family, I thought that's what made me open my eyes. And I said, "There's something there. There's something there." Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what really won me over. They hit toss someone on the car.
They did.
I wish I've gotten to street fights like that at school. Just me and somebody, we hip toss someone on the table. Carry on. I'm sorry. I like to sit here and talk a lot.
I've seen an actual street fight. It's called two girls fighting outside the street in front of my school at their school when parents are coming to pick up their kids.
See, I couldn't do your job. I think you do a fantastic job, although because you know why? Because I see them. No, because you see them fighting. I'm making it a triple threat. I'm like, oh, I'm cashing in, and then I'll hit her.
Are you crazy?
Not even gonna lie.
You hit him with a tornado DDT. I think we all want to see Sabrina Estella hit a tornado DDT. Let's go.
Let's do it. Everybody, if you really want to see this, please put in the comments.
Tornado.
Hashtag Sabrina DDT.
Sabrina DDT. Yeah.
Put in.
No. Listen, you know how you can make that happen? Make me a character in WWE 2K, and then it'll happen. I'm not doing that in real life. A friend of mine was at a wrestling show last week. She sprained her wrist blocking a boot, and has to get surgery this coming Thursday. Get surgery soon. May go well. But seeing stuff like that makes me not want to be a wrestler. So I will be very fine being somebody's valet and or manager one day.
Don't worry, me and Freckles will be the tag team. You can manage us. We need. Yes. We got this. You can manage us.
Because I don't like taking bumps like that. I'm using weapons. I'm using chairs. I'm fighting dirty.
I do it all. I do it all. I am right now. I'm getting ready to open BadGuy Academy. I am teaching my nephews, my niece, my mother. Give a shout out to the final pool bar.
Yeah.
I'm a bad guy. Yes, I am.
We're gonna get her on the show one day. We're gonna get her. We gonna get her on the show. Or pop at bare minimum, we get her on Patreon.
I think she'll do writing. She don't want to be on camera. And I said, Mom, these people would love to see you. She did a sharpshooter. I think I will give her an A for effort.
Yeah.
So yes, we're gonna try to get that going.
Instagram.
Final pool bar. Let's go. What's the next thing we got here?
We did see that.
Well, let's see. After that match, Trick Williams came in, gets Tyson Tyreek out of the way, and drops Wesley and accepts the match. And then we have a quick Lexis King hype reel. And then we get Stephanie Valkyrie being interviewed backstage saying she wants the NXT North American Championship. She ain't going to stop because Fallon Henley wanted to play with her opportunity or because Shotzi tried to profit off her opportunity. And she says, if she becomes champion, she'll meet hell. And Fallon, that she can run, but that woman cannot hide.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, you know what? Not for nothing. I think Stephanie Valkyrie is a fantastic.
Steven cares, and he's going to yell at both of you after the show's over. I'm going to say that right the F now.
You know what I do best? I honestly, after the show, I put my phone on snooze. I wish not to be bothered. That's what I do. And you know what I've done? I compress things. So when someone tries to confront me about something, I say absolutely not. Let me tell you something about Stephanie Valkyrie, because you know what? Stephanie Valkyrie, she's a great talent, but she got in JC Jane's way. And all I hear, and Steve is in the chat. He never left. He put that in all caps. I see you, Steve. Beautiful man. I have a lot of respect for you. But let me tell you something. All I heard out of here is just surround sound crying. I lost a match. Now I want a rematch. Please, you had your opportunity. Go away. Get out of here. Do me a favor. Do what Cowdoors did. Go. And if you don't know what Cowdoors is, it's a store. I promise you. I feel like I'm exposing my age every moment. And Sabrina, don't you tell me you don't know what that is. Don't you dare tell me, because I don't want to hear it.
Don't know what is.
Cowdoors. You know what Cowdoors is?
I can't answer that question.
You know what Cowdoors is, Freckles?
Yes, I do. So that's why I started laughing as soon as you said it. As soon as you said it, I saw it.
You said not to answer that question if I don't know what it is, because it's going to make that's why I didn't answer the question.
You know, I went to a store once, and I used to be a Blockbuster, and I think I say this all the time. She had no idea what a Blockbuster is. I said, how old are you? She said she's 19. And I said, you don't know what a Blockbuster is. You know what Netflix is, right? Or I can't even think of a rapper.
I don't even know how to feel about that because,
it's heartbreaking.
Man, y'all missed out. Y'all missed out. Game night, going to Blockbuster and ran out of game, and then you mess around and you put it on a different card. You know, the people that ain't got the money, they didn't have the money to do so. We made our moves, you know what I'm saying? You put it on the card.
No, that's why I was doing like this. I totally agree. Listen, I remember
you put it on a card, and then you get to keep that game for the rest of your life because it's on the card.
Steven, who are the Twilight Rejects?
Who's the Twilight Rejects?
That's what I'm asking him.
I don't have no idea, but I agree with you with the Blockbuster thing. I kind of miss it, but thanks. What else do we have here? One
Bianca and Naomi cutting a promo on the Meta Girls, telling them that they better bring everything they got in Atlanta next week, and I hope to take the title, saying that y'all have been doing your thing in NXT, but don't forget about the glow and the EST of the main roster. And
also,
then,
I'm tired of people saying that Naomi did it, because she didn't. Piper did it.
What?
Hurt
the
Jade.
attack on Jade.
I promise you, it was Piper. Watch, it's going to show that Piper did it on accident, or like she bumped into her or something. Like, there's no way you're going to convince me that Naomi did it.
Because Piper would not do anything on accident. She is absolutely not.
Real quick, I think it's important.
It wouldn't even make any sense for Naomi to do it.
Wait. Steve mentioned, he says Naomi did it. She attacked Jade because she's jealous. I can see it being Naomi, but real quick, because we try to plug everything on the show, we sit here and say subscribe and all that stuff. But we have a new Patreon. Her name is Nicolette Fallon, I want to say. I'm terrible with that. Nicolette, there we go. Oh, you already know the name, Nicolette. So we want to say thank you for joining on our Patreon, and we'll give you a shout out if you join the Patreon. Apologize about the botching of the name. Thank you, Freckles, for clarifying that. So we thank you guys for that. But yeah, and then we get a little segment here with because it's the next segment where we have the Meta Girls and all that stuff.
It's Miss Thug Angel that did it.
Hey, okay, that's her. Thank you, Miss Thug Angel, for doing that. We appreciate that. Shout out to you. Yes. Thank you. We say thank you around here. We have matters unlike Elmo, who picks a fight with a freaking rock.
Elmo has all the right reason to pick on that rock. Because first of all, it's a freaking rock. Second, Zoe is the biggest gaslighter on Sesame Street known to man. How dare you take a cookie from poor Elmo? Elmo is only 5 years old. I really wish people realize Elmo is only 5 years old. How dare you?
How can you be 5 for that long?
I don't know. Why don't you ask Ash Ketchum in Pokemon how he could be 10 years old or 20
he was 10 years old.
I honestly thought Ash was 30 and a drunk.
Listen, it's not like Fairly Odd Parents where we discovered that Timmy Turner was secretly 50 plus.
See, I agree with Steve. We don't usually agree on things. Elmo is a bum.
Elmo is not a bum.
No, he is.
Elmo has his own world. Somebody who's a bum cannot have his own world.
I'm not going to hold you, Freckles. I have my own world too after a few fireballs, so I don't know what we're talking about.
Different.
I'm in my own world too. I wrote a diss track on I can't think of it.
Thank you.
You never liked Zoe?
Zoe is a gaslighter. Zoe is.
She looks like she don't know how to light gas. Steve says Elmo spent most of his time on Times Square begging for. That's true. I do see him. That is true.
Yeah, I do see him. On the street.
Everyone gets on. Who's the guy who lives in the garbage can?
Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar's a millionaire. He has you all fooled. Yeah, you don't even know. He has a pool inside a pool. He eats flaming mignon. I know I said that wrong, and I don't care. So yes, let's go.
Okay. So anyway, we had Jack's least favorite person and Andre Chase chatting with Hank and Take. He tells him to break.
I love this.
And he leaves.
Did you see? We're talking about bums, and then we see Andre Chase. Did you not love it? Look how disheveled he looked. I enjoyed all of this. This is fantastic. Keep telling me.
I knew Jack was going to get happy about this.
I love it. I call this top shelf justice. Yes, let's go.
Anyways, he gets into a room where a bunch of the other talents in NXT are watching old Chase U promos. Kale Dixon flags him down and tells him that he was a badass. Andre Chase says he was a badass and that Chase U is dead. But Kale says it doesn't have to be as he walks away.
I don't like this. Mind your business. It has to be this way. This is the canon event. Love this. Do not change this. He's going to do something to try to bring this back. And I don't like this because, once again, the fantastic JC Jane tried to save this school. I'll say it every chance. Oh, you guys are tired of that? I don't care. She did the best. She saved it. Someone with a brain, someone whose cells are working. And now this guy. Who is this guy? I've never seen this guy. What does he do?
Now,
is this ASAP Rocky?
Now, in fairness, Thea was trying to save the school too. Thea was trying to save the school as well.
People fight. People under 5'6" can't save the world. They can't even reach the top of a refrigerator.
She's trying. There's this video game. There's this video game I hear that I've been playing and I've been addicted to called Marvel Rivals. And I'm mostly one of the strategists.
Oh, shit.
I'm main strategist. And so one of the pure strategists that I like playing with is Jeff. If you don't know who Jeff is,
that's the alligator.
The song.
Yeah. Oh, he's a shark. Right.
People be like, "Where's the healer at? Where's the healer at?" I am trying my best. That's how I looked at Thea Hale. She was just trying her best. She was trying to be the healer of all of Chase U, and Chase U was just falling apart. First of all, Duke let me down big time. Duke really should have been like way better than he was. Andre was trying his best, but he's small. Ridge, I don't even know why they even added Ridge, to be honest. I know they're trying to add a Ridge so he can be like the whole mole and all that type of stuff, but nah.
I'm sorry, this comment. I guess he plays it too, but that's hilarious.
His ultimate literally is him swallowing people. What
kind of game is this?
Hey, look, you gotta watch it. Like, go.
I don't want to watch that.
Instagram. Go to my Instagram. You'll see the clips. You'll see the clips. But go to my Instagram. The same name, by the way, Frecklesensei. For all 108 of you, I show Marvel Rival clips. I show Fortnite clips, but mostly it's been Marvel Rivals. But yes, Jeff is not a bum. I refuse it. I refuse to hear that. Like, no, we are not going to disrespect Baby Shark. Do.
And moving on from that one, we had Karen Petrovic versus Jada Parker, which match was good. They had some pretty good chemistry. Mm-hmm. All I wanted to say was if Ashante came in and tried to interfere with that match, I was going to somehow jump through my screen and slap him silly. That's what I would have wanted to do. But unfortunately for Jada Parker, Kaylani came out and distracted her for a bit while they're having their match, and Carmen wins with the roll-up via small package. And then after the match is over, she runs into Ashante the Adonis' arms like if he actually did anything to help her. And I just wanted to puke again.
You know, I actually wanted to tell a story here because I like telling stories. So in this whole thing, you had Carmen and she said, you know, that's my man. And that's how they got into a fight, right? I tried that in 8th grade and said that too. Stay away from my man. And I got jumped by the guy, and the guy said was my man. So that always leads to a fight. And I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's terrible.
That is terrible, getting jumped by both.
Normally I have like a pun or a joke behind that, but damn.
I was trying to look for the
earlier, like that song, "Don't Mess with My Man."
Don't mess my man. That was Jimmy Neutron, right?
No, not that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know which one she's talking about. I forgot who sung it, but.
It was a one-hit wonder kind of thing.
It was. It was definitely a one-hit wonder. I just can't put. Oh my God! Freaking Melania Trump is on my TV.
Yeah, turn the TV off, boy. Nobody wants to see her.
Look, I've been trying to look. I'm trying to keep up with. I'm trying to keep up with the Snowmageddon that's going on right now. That's the only reason why I got the news on. But Mellow Head's got a baddie, bro. I hate to say this,
one of the members of OTM got a baddie, and Miss Jada Parker. So Dice got some competition to fight. And so do you.
Who, me? Well, who's me?
I just want to know if either one of them got a gun. Like, look, I pack heat, so I don't throw hands or none of that. Look, so I'm like,
oh, I got what you meant. I honestly thought you used the Human Torch when you said that.
Oh no, it's gonna be the Human Torch, all right. That one was awful. But Mello, word on the street is that you really ain't got Riz like that, but. Come Atlanta. This is all jokes aside because I know you can beat my ass. But let me just put that disclaimer out there. I know you can whoop my ass. But I'm just saying, Atlanta, Kalani, I can treat you right. That's all I'm gonna say. I may not be able to treat you right like a WWE wrestler, but I can I can be like a ladder. I can show you the world.
Are we gonna cut this into a clip and put this together with your Mercedes Monet clip that you did when we did our Type 5?
Definitely is, because at this point I'm trying to shoot my shot. Like, Mercedes didn't listen to me, so I look. Mercedes, if you're still watching, I love you, but you ain't been paying attention to me. I know you've been loving Okada for the past 3 to 4 weeks. You know,
Okada
you went
just
to
makes it rain money. That's all it is, and she's the CEO, so.
But Miss Kalani,
it's just a business.
Like I said, I can show you the world.
The Rainmaker. That's
Shimmering, shining, splendid. Tell me, Princess, where we ended. To this word.
And speaking of,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just won by that. That's fantastic. Good for you.
Anyways, we got the mid girls chatting with
the amount of times
that
I've seen Atlanta is crazy.
Who point out that they got an opportunity to bring the titles back to NXT, and they were like thinking, what's more important, preparing for your match or who you gonna be facing for them titles? And they talking like, yes, it's an opportunity to bring the titles back down to NXT. We got Gigi and Tatum Paxley actually agreeing that yes, they should bring the titles back down, and we see JC and Jasmine in the background for 2 seconds. And all I'm gonna say is, if they started building all these tag teams right now, then why the hell did they take those titles out of the NXT Women's Division so long ago when they had plenty of tag teams? As it went on, more of the girls became singles competitors, which I understand they aren't going to have that many people to have and defend those belts. But now that y'all are building up the tag division, if they ain't going to win the belts from Bianca and Naomi, just make belts and have them in the NXT Women's Division so they can have yet another belt to fight for besides the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT Women's North American Championship. I mean, they did it when they finally gave the women mid-card titles up in the main roster.
I never understood why they did the combination in the first place. I
don't think they had no direction for it. I think they just
had no direction for it.
They went for it, did it.
From Ronda and Shayna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. Go ahead.
And I get that, but after a while, you might as well just separate. Oh hell.
Oh nah. I will eat a muffin. I will eat a muffin. I'll start eating muffins here. But yeah, I don't think they had no direction for it, and that's why they did what they did. I honestly sit here and you know, it's funny because speaking of Guy, I remember talking to EC, and he was mentioning once upon a time like the possibilities of Lash and Jakara winning, and I didn't think much of it until Lash said we're going to be in her hometown. She's from Atlanta. Right. She said that, so now that I think that triggered me to go like, yo, I think they're actually going to drop the titles next week. So
you know how many times wrestlers have gone to their hometowns and wrestled on WWE
and also lost.
And they've lost. That has happened, and it's totally. But you know, the thing in wrestling, and one of the things I try to tell myself is that anything can happen. I mean, I will use as an example all the time. They put the belt on Jinder Mahal, and he held that title for over 100 days. No one had that on their bingo card. So, yes, I totally hear that. That makes a lot of sense. Wrestlers go to their hometown. If I was a wrestler, I wouldn't wrestle in New York because I know what's going to happen. They're going to put my ass on a platter, and I'm going to lose. My shoulder is going to be in a serious relationship with that mat because I'm losing. But you have cases where things have changed. What's that? Georgia Lake Freckle? Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
I mean, how do you follow up with that, right? Because you can't say you're lying. I know I couldn't.
So here's the thing, though. Mm-hmm. No, I ain't even gonna say that. Y'all gonna hear that. Y'all get that from Patreon. Y'all ain't gonna get that. Y'all ain't gonna get that for free. Y'all ain't gonna get what I was gonna say for free.
What's the next?
Steven, thank you so much for making those lovely comments, and I did help you out a little bit in our group chat. So I educated him on why everybody was wearing leather tonight in NXT. It's cold in Florida, and we don't get the chances to wear leather because it's too hot around here usually year round. So
I really wonder, like, how much leather was used today.
Enough.
Like it was a lot.
Or had a full leather outfit. Roxanne had leather pants. Trick Williams had leather pants. Everybody was wearing leather.
What's the next segment we got here?
We have Brooks Jensen and Nico Vance, aka the Sean Spears Stooges, going up against
All
the Angelo family and Channing Stacks, Lorenzo, and Luca Crucifino, which
I almost forgot about
was
this.
fine.
Man.
There was two. It was just, it's all right. I like the family. I don't care for Brooks Jensen. He bores me. And Nico Vance, I don't care for either.
Mm-hmm.
And match was fine. They got a lariat from Nico Vance onto Channing. And again, I didn't really care for this match. I don't care for the storyline with the Sean Spears Colt. So
Yeah, I agree with you, Sabrina. I don't really care for the Sean Spears cult. It's not doing what I thought was going to happen in the beginning. Like I thought this was going to kind of separate him from others in NXT, but it's not.
No, it's like a wannabe version of the Schism, and Lord knows everybody how much I hated the Schism.
Okay, so Schism, I felt like they had the potential, but somewhere along the line, it just did not. Yeah, it's like
when they were losing a lot.
When they put Ava in that ring, and Lord knows she was not fully ready.
She wasn't. Mm-hmm. But
but they was able to adjust from that and do, because they've done that plenty of times where they've had someone they wasn't meant to be a wrestler and they was either a manager or some kind of authority figure. And someone I could think of top of my head was David Otunga. David Otunga, someone who had a fantastic look, but he wasn't really good in the ring.
Yes, because I will say that Ava actually did fit in that faction. It's
all the more second, third generation wrestlers apparently. So
yeah, they're just not. But I am glad that she's found. I'm glad she's found her role. I think this general manager role is perfect for her.
Yeah, it fits her well.
And it fits her.
I do. I agree. As much as I give her a headache and stuff like that, she does do. It's a role meant for her. Said is actually did Nico wrestle somewhere else before NXT? He might have. I'm not familiar with Nico.
He did Ring of Honor, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Nico Vance is his name.
He's gonna do my job now. He's gonna do the research. Okay, I can take a little break from that from time to time now. But anyway,
if I'm not mistaken, I think he did.
Okay.
So
well,
we have Axiom and Nathan Frazier being interviewed backstage, and Axiom admitted that they had a little doubt about their defense next week, but Nathan has no doubt that they're the best tag team on the planet and that they're going to beat the Rascals at TNA. And Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura roll up upset, and they saying that they dodging them and that they just staying away. Like, what about us? And Nathan's like, who did you ever beat?
It's a good question. It's honestly a fair question.
That is a good question.
That's a good question. What have they done? What have they done? I mean, every time I see and Josh Briggs, shout out to him because he was in that wonderful triple threat match last year, and they won an award for it. So it was amazing. Matter of fact, still get upset. Went to NXT Stand and Deliver, missed that match, missed the first two matches. Be careful where you get your tickets. I will always sit here and say that. But what have they done? They're always in the back. They're like this, and they're like, I want a match. Okay, go to Ava for that, not me, bro. I'm getting paid like you. So it's
it's like when people get mad at singers or artists for the songs that they put out or the stuff that they wear, and it's like, don't be mad at me. Be mad at the people who wrote it for me if I didn't write it, and be mad at the people who put my outfits together if I didn't do it.
You know what? I hear you 100%. Every chance that I get, I tell people how much I dislike Nick Cannon. But I also sit here and say it's not his fault that he think he's making treasure. It's the people
and personality disorder.
Look,
and that was random hate. Like that was like it's valid.
No, I've always made it clear I've never liked Nick Cannon, but I always get mad.
Valid, but
it is valid. He made Gigolo. That's not a good song. He made that
Gigolo. No, it's not valid because Gigolo was catchy. Okay.
No. Yeah, you know what? Absolutely right. One
Frecklesensei was catchy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I did it because I caught a cold. You're absolutely right. It gave me the.
Thank you.
He dislikes me anyway. George is not a good noodle. I can't trust him. He's not a good noodle. You're not a good noodle, George. Please stop that.
Your pops don't like. Wait, what?
See?
Hold on. I don't remember that song.
I don't either. Right now, I think it has some kind of brain aneurysm just because she mentioned that. See, thank you. He's not good. And someone in the studio said, "Yeah, Nick, put that out there." Yeah. Nick Cannon, Wild 'N Out was the best. Now, Wild 'N Out was a fun show. I'm not going to hold you. That is a fun show. Anytime, I'm not going to hold you. When I see Nick Cannon with a mic, I shake, I tremble. I have PTSD because I'm sitting there saying, Gigolo's about to play. I don't want it. See, Mr. Angel.
At least Gigolo was catchy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I caught a cold. Right now, I just caught an ear infection because
it was his first song. What?
I have an ear infection now. Thanks a lot. Could we talk about George Lewis? I don't like. So who are they talking about? I'm sorry. This chat is actually hilarious.
Oh my god, I'm seeing it on YouTube right now.
I'm sorry because we're off the rails, but please. What is the next segment?
I'm going to try to go as fast as I can because we're...
That's fine.
But anyway, Dame that's been chatting with Tony D for quite some time before he excused himself to go chat with the family. They're upset that he didn't come out to help them against Jensen and Vance. And he says that you've been the underboss for 2 years. You should have figured it out, Stacks. Izzy was keeping me back here just talking on and on and on and on. And they weren't buying it for a hot minute, but apparently the girl can talk her mouth off. And after that, we get a video package of Ethan Page acting like he's the executioner of all the mid-card talent that doesn't get utilized on TV over in NXT. Like the way he was smiling in his face reminded me of an indie wrestler that I've seen at a show that looks kind of similar to him, which I'll pull the picture in just a second. But after that, we get Javon Evans trying to talk to Ava backstage, which is hard because considering his jaw has been wired. And she's upset that he nearly got it broken again. And that if he wants to wrestle, he's going to have to wait till he's medically cleared because now he is anything but. And that you're not cleared, but someone else is. And it's Uncle Steady who.
Hey.
Someone else that I know that's an indie wrestler who.
Shouts out to Cedric, bro. Like, because he really could have easily went over to the AEW side with Hurt Business. But for him to stay, and actually even go back to NXT and what he's doing with Young OG, it's amazing. It's amazing to see. It's really nice.
No, I concur with that because you know what? I think he's a great talent. I would like to see him a little bit more, but him mentoring, like I said, Javon, I think it's a good pairing. I mean, and he's getting TV time. He wasn't getting a lot of TV time. I mean, is he getting major TV time on NXT? No, but he's getting time compared to on the main roster. You barely saw him. So, and I've always and you know when they paired him and Ashanti together on the main roster, I was like, okay, I could get behind this. But him going to NXT, and some people will go, oh man, NXT is a demotion. You know, sometimes it's a great way to rebuild yourself and start over.
Demotion to make it feel like a promotion. Did you forget what Mandy Rose did?
I remember she held that belt hostage for a certain amount of days. Javon has to go over Ethan. I agree.
Right now.
I agree with that. Okay. He got the hair.
He does have the hair.
He got the hair.
And then,
I think we got the main event, right?
With Jeffrey saying that Javon Evans sound like a mommy, I'm just saying that's what happens when you're trying to talk with your jaw wire chat. You can't really talk.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Javon for like playing that off too. Like that's actually pretty dope.
What?
Because I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. Like if my mouth is wired shut, I will not be talking at all. I'd be on my phone the whole entire time, just like typing stuff and be like.
I would hate for that too. I would have to become Wild E Coyote because I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I have a lot of shit to say, and you are never shutting me down. So yes, I'll be Wild E Coyote and have a sign. I always thought that one episode of Looney Tunes was great when they all called on the phone and he put the sign up and it said hello, like everyone could see it. Good job, Wild E Coyote. Let's throw up to Steve, who says, "Man, Rose can't hold me hostage."
He clearly.
That's wild.
I know Mandy Rose. I know Steve. I know Steve's sense of humor. Steve is great.
Speaking of a good sense of
humor,
A-Town Down coming in for whatever reason.
Yeah, they did.
And they keep buttering up and brown nosing to Ava, and she's like, "Why are y'all here? Y'all aren't supposed to be here till next week to have your little Grayson Waller Effect show." And they're just like, "We want to thank you for doing it with the winner of the match." That tonight for next week that it's going to be in Austin Theory's hometown of the ATL. That's why he calls himself A Town Down.
Oh, I just thought he liked the movie.
And they're saying like, we're going to watch the main event. We just going to watch. We ain't going to do nothing. We're going to behave. And then we get Oba Femi walking backstage, runs in the trick real quick, and then they share a brief glance. And then we get the main event with Oba Femi, the ruler, versus the Native American joke and Eddy Thorpe.
Oh, God.
He's acting like a joke. He's whining and moaning and groaning and bitching and complaining. And we all know we're going to hear it next week. That what happened at that tonight shouldn't have happened, which match was good. Oba did his thing, nearly killing the ever-living crap out of him.
And it's CM Baku.
And Eddy did his thing, which was being a heel.
I've never been big on Eddy Thorpe, but I thought that they gave him a lot of. They've given him a lot of offense. I thought that the stuff that Oba was giving him looked good. I didn't expect. I mean, let's be real in this chat here. Did anyone really thought Eddy Thorpe was going to be the victor? No. So yeah, but and Oba, and sometimes because I hear people and they be like, "Why would that be his first opponent?" Because wrestling fans, they got peanut butter behind their ears. Like, what are you talking about? You need someone. He needs somebody. He needs somebody because you're not going to have his first match. They're going to run it back between him and Trick Williams. You have to build to that, but he needs people. Right. They have to feed him. They have to feed people to him before we get there. We don't blow. You don't blow your load right away. # save your load 2025. You just don't sit here and just all over the place.
I mean, he got a point. You do have a point. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you go in, you want to take your time. You don't want to just go out. Like, you want to actually
save your load.
I mean,
listen. Think of it
I like to make people feel exhausted, and then but still.
Listen, I'm just gonna say, think of it like this. Think of it like being in a slow cooker, just on a low setting. Take your time, simmer, let it cook, let it develop. Don't just be like cooking something in the microwave for 30 seconds.
I think what you said was a lot more family friendly than what I said. Yes,
definitely was way more family friendly.
We're still a family show, even if we
just gotta put it
at the time. And we
basically you just gotta put it in the microwave and let it pop and a little simmer a little bit. I like mine a little simmer a little bit, but that's for the Patreon. If you want to know more about
what's the
Freckles Corner and Freckles
Freckles Corner,
then subscribe to the Patreon.
Freckles Corner. I love that. Like, it has this Sesame Street writing. It looks like it's kid friendly, and then you just go to fuck off. That's what's making me laugh.
Have some fun with
No, hold on. Wait. This is a terrible noodle. Look at this guy. He's not a good noodle. He's not a good noodle. He's not a good noodle. How can anyone take him serious? If you're not a good noodle, I'm not taking serious. I can't respect you.
I hate that the more that he does interviews about his relationships and his love life, the more that I don't like this man at all.
I don't know. The only thing I watched Nick Cannon is Wild and Out. I'll be honest. I didn't know he was a rapper for the longest time.
You are a saved young lady.
You was blessed.
You was blessed.
I him, and I'd seen like 1 or 2 movies that he had made, and that's it.
Now, I'm not going to hold you. Oh, Don't Cost a Thing was a fantastic movie. I can never hate it. That was a fantastic movie. And not because of Nick Cannon. I closed my eyes every time he was on the screen.
I gotta give credit. I gotta give credit to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon
that's what Banks are for
in that movie. But of course, the person who really stole the movie was definitely Steve Harvey.
He was hilarious. Yeah. No, he was
Steve Harvey stole that movie.
But real quick, I want to say, because George, he's a historian here, so he's educating us here, letting us know Nick Cannon is an actor and a rapper and a comedian. Is he
a rapper though?
Yeah. Yes.
It's very real.
Well,
Just
like
he had an album.
It sound like he's one of the
he had an album.
I have
Drumline. Drumline actually got me into being in a marching band in high school.
No, you know what's so cool, because you say that Jeffrey, shout out to Jeffrey, he's an actual drummer. He's a really good drummer. I want to spotlight on him because he's great. Matter of fact, when I said I was writing my book, Jack and JC, I'm gonna have a wedding scene. You're the drummer, and we're gonna have George.
Oh
He's
my
gonna
God.
he's gonna be outside the church because they don't allow animals. Animal. What's the next thing? Oh, that's it. I think we should do some.
I mean, at the end of the match, after he lost by taking a fall from grace by Oba Femi, he gets up because Trick gets in the ring and it gets in Oba's face, and Eddie wanted to attack them, but he got a trick shot in the face, and then they stare down before their match in the ATL.
They're gonna be running that back. They're gonna be running that back.
Down Under got booed the hell.
But also
I
too.
feel like it's too soon. I get that it's Atlanta. I get that you're trying to, you're basically rubbing off of good God, but you're basically
Whoa!
Y'all are bad influences on each other. Y'all make this show less and less family friendly the more we do it.
we're trying. We are trying.
I'm telling everyone to save their loads. I'm helping them.
I'm telling people to rub off like it.
We are terrible.
We are trying our
Not
best.
as bad as half the
be
wrestlers
PG.
that I know that send me.
We promise y'all, we are not doing this on purpose. We really
No,
are
we're
not. We just catching. We're
y'all
really
don't do
just
it on
catching
purpose. But the
ourselves.
ones up there with me and say nasty shit do.
Like I promise you, we'll be better next week. I don't know, because if I go to the show,
you can be as nasty as you want. I don't give a damn.
Okay, fine. So subscribe to the Patreon.
As long as you don't like the curves on animes, I'll be fine. I don't give a damn.
No, look at this right here. Sometimes you need a good.
Hey, and I'm do. Let me stop.
Look right here. Drop them lows. See, but before you drop them, you gotta marinate. You have to get
marinate. You gotta take it time.
Yeah, there we go. We're trying to help because there's some guys who just go and they even have to shake too. Like, what are you? I'm so sorry. Seriously, you need to get.
Wait. I'm looking at this comment. Did you seriously say that Austin Theory would be a legit opponent for Oba Femi?
Okay, hear me out.
No world can eat. No world.
Don't you give
it? No pretending is wild. You better get a plan B. Oba versus Theory would definitely be a filler match, but it would be the perfect filler match for Oba. It would be a perfect filler match because Theory could go
filler match him versus Moose.
I think they still kind of. I think they still got
pay-per-view.
You know what? Do you guys think with this whole TNA? We talked about this TNA partnership.
It's smooth. It's not even.
Yeah, do you think we get what do they call that? Like not Worlds Collide. Was it World Collides where they had NXT against UK?
No, it's like Forbidden Door.
No, but NXT had their own version of that where it was NXT against UK, but it was like World Collide or something like that.
Yeah, I think we get that. I think that's why they did the merger overall.
Coordinate. Go ahead.
Listen,
I thought that was okay.
His wrestling skills.
I hate Jeff for that.
They just annoys the crap out of me character-wise. I just want to go back to being stupid when I liked him more.
Honestly, I wish he goes back to the selfie theory. Selfie theory was my favorite.
I was gonna say when he did
it was a rip off Tyler Breeze. No.
I loved when and I do agree when he did the way stuff that worked, but I don't think that works on the main roster. I think that worked for NXT, so that's why he had to evolve. And I get that, but this stuff that he's doing now is not doing anything. It's a shame.
Break away from Grayson.
He do, and
I hate it. I hate it because yes, he is from Atlanta, and I did see him during the Evolve days when he went against Adam Cole, and that's what got him into NXT.
Thank you, George.
When he did that match. Also, certain people shouts out. The certain people that was on that same card was Leon Ruff. The Street Profit was on that card.
I like
Darby Allin was on that same card as well. It was and Axum. Axum was on that card. Also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I forgot the other dude's name. He went to AEW, but he only lasted like 3 months or something like that. But a lot of people that's like between AEW and NXT was on that Evolve card here in Atlanta back in like 2018, 2019. But Theory, he doesn't need to be in a tag team anymore, and he definitely doesn't have to be Grayson Allen's lackey. Matter of fact,
you mean it doesn't have to be Grayson Waller's little BITCH?
Right. But it's so funny because I'm in the same wrestling group as him on Facebook, which is Nation of African American Wrestling. Shout out to Jabari McIntyre who created that group. But he's actually in that group. And I told him, I said, bro, when are you going to leave Grayson? And he said, in due time. And he put hashtag all day. So
listen, they've been teasing it for so long as it a will they, won't they thing. It's like with Fraxium, it's a will they, won't they split thing.
I didn't ever explain that Fraxon.
I think that they're trying to save, and you know, so interesting because I know you were talking about the interview.
You also just wait
there we go.
for tag team to drop the belts too, and then maybe they'll go their separate ways. They don't need to split, but
I almost want to agree.
He has decent selling skills.
I almost want to agree.
Oh, I don't have anything. I'm sorry.
I remember that.
Yeah, no, that's what made me actually like him. I like Leon Ruff. We don't know if they're going to split Austin and Grayson. I mean, I think they should. I think this act has reached its limit for me. And but even then, Austin Theory to me, I mean, and here's the thing, Austin Theory with his character. So I'm a believer in that you can always rehab a character. Like, oh, this guy's damaged, but you could rebuild him and do these things. He's pretty, look, he beat John Cena. That should have been a big thing. Nothing. And what was that 2 years ago? And now it's just like he's so cold. So, like, yeah, you could put him against Oba. Would it be a fine match? Yeah, but it's not, like how you said, it's going to be a filter match. How did you word this? You said it's not going to be a main match. I'm sorry, I'm blinking on the word here. But, yeah, it's going to be a side mission for Oba. But with that said, because we will go for another 5 and 10 minutes, let's plug some shows. We want to thank you guys in the chat. You guys have been fantastic. We want to thank you guys. Shout out to you guys. You guys are been up with us. It's 11:39. Oh, Jesus, it's about to be midnight. I'm too old to be staying up this late. But let's plug some shows.
For some reason, in the words of Katy Perry, I'm wide awake. I don't know why. I think it's because I took a nap.
Do that to you, and also, Great Grand Slam Pooba, you are not that old.
I am in my. I am a timeless faction right here. This vessel looks young, but I could go toe to toe. I went toe to toe with Abraham Lincoln, and I was there when Frank Sinatra did something. I don't remember. It's late. Hey, let's plug some shows here.
If you don't know who Katy Perry is, that means
I know
you are not in tune with pop culture at all.
Who doesn't know Katy Perry?
Who does not know Katy Perry? The Unpopular Review channel, which is the Executive Contradiction.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even read that. Yeah, who is Katy Perry?
And they didn't even spell her name right.
Damn, you were just getting fucking wrecked. I mean, you pretty much looking like how Batman's parents did looking Crime Alley, and that was dead. Anyway, let's plug some shows here. Guys, what we got going on in the world of Unpopular Review?
We have the Mike Knox Show on Mondays at 6 p.m. for the Intelligent Wrestling fan, with Monday Night Raw review shows right after it's over with the Executive Consultant and Venomous Vinny. NXTrio with myself, the Great Grand Slam Pooba, and Frecklesensei. AEW Dynamite, Women and Friends with Cactus Katie and the Sheriff. Top 5 and our prediction shows on Thursdays, depending whenever we do them. And the Friday Night SmackDown Penitentiary on Saturday afternoons with the Wardens of the Z is Silent and Vic the Mark, who keep trying to snatch me, but I will stay here.
I said this one for last. I ain't gonna lie. I did say this one last.
For a Lion King movie.
Woo!
What you say about my brother? What you say about my brother? That's all I've been hearing. That's the only thing I know about the whole Mufasa movie. That's all I know is brother.
That's the only thing I've heard from them. That's the only thing I know from that movie too. And
is Hulk Hogan in this movie?
We weren't asking for
about my brother. You've been asking my brother. That and Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. That's all I've been. That's all I know.
Listen, I love The Lion King. I grew up watching it. I used to watch it every day for a month on VHS. My mother told me this, but we didn't need a sequel. We didn't need a second sequel, and we didn't need a spin-off show.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you.
But the only thing I took from
it all time from Lion King is definitely He's Not One of Us. I'm sorry. Like, we needed that sequel just for that song.
Was Kendrick Lamar in that?
No, but no. So the second movie, not the first Lion King, but the second animated Lion King, the best song of all time when it comes to Lion King. And I know there's a lot to say because you got Be Prepared.
Really?
You got
Be Prepared is great. Be Prepared. Oh yeah, no, this was a good one right here.
Deception and Disgrace was the best song of all time when it comes to Lion King. The amount of shade that came from that song to Kovu was unmatched. They even did Scar, and that man was dead.
Wait, they did him and he was dead? That's nasty.
They threw shade on a dead,
they threw shade
dead lion.
That was Scar was such a great character.
The only best way to throw shade at someone when they can't say nothing back, apparently.
That's a shame. The wrong lion died. I think he did some great stuff for Pride Island or.
It's Pride Rock, and no, he did not.
I mean, didn't the lions eat?
Yeah,
but only the lions ate.
There was no damn food left.
The lions didn't even really eat. The hyenas ate, but the lions didn't.
Love that. Loyal to your people. Good job, Scar.
We love that he was using them and claiming that they were the enemy.
He definitely was using the hyenas.
Deception.
See? Like it was just too good.
You know what? I'm glad Jeffrey said that because I'm on the next karaoke session. Be prepared to be on there.
I ain't gonna lie, it is my favorite song.
That's a fantastic song.
Let's do it on the UPRE show. Top 5 Lion King songs in our personal opinion.
You know, maybe we can make that a thing. You guys should join us because if you think we're wild here, we're gonna be wild there, and we're not gonna be told we can't.
But entertainment, we worse. With entertainment, we crazier. Not even gonna lie.
But with that said, real quick, because we're gonna go ahead. No, please take the floor.
Now thinking about it. Speaking of the entertainment side, because you know what, I'm so damn good that I'm on both sections of UPR. I'm on wrestling and I'm on entertainment, and there are certain groups in UPRE. Now, I will say, whenever CT is on, whenever C the Superior is on, she's the best. But outside of her,
wait, what about me? I'm there too.
I know. We love you. I love you.
I don't feel loved. I feel forgotten. I feel like one of those toys that Andy left on the shelf. You remember the penguin with the dust? And he said, because he couldn't talk. Because Andy forgot about him. I'm the penguin. That's what you did. I should be treated like Woody. The best toy ever. But go ahead. Remember the penguin? No one remember the penguin? He said, Woody. It sounded like he was smoking. And I immediately said,
because that penguin was definitely smoking. That penguin was smoking some Newports. Like that penguin was
smoking. No, Andy was neglectful, and he would be a terrible parent.
But anyway,
I'm so sorry, Jeffrey. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be yelling. I apologize.
The best group in all of UPR entertainment. And this is why it's the best. One, we're called the Wolfpack Trio. Two, you know why we call it the Wolfpack Trio? Because we are the 3 best goddamn people in all of UPR. No shades to anybody else. But you got Mike Knox. You have Vic Damone Jr. And then you got myself, Frecklesensei. And we are reviewing on Thursday Captain America. Matter of fact, the whole entire time of this next three-peat is that we're doing all Captain Americas. Captain America 1, 2.
Oh, that's dope.
Now I know some people say that, and I agree with this, that technically Captain America 3, you could technically put that as an Avenger movie and not his own movie. But because of the fact that Captain America,
I'm about to have a freaking seizure. Can you stop that? He keeps highlighting it. We get it. You are offended by this man's comment. Please stop it. And here we go again. Oh my God.
When do I ever care about a person that couldn't even wrestle in his own product, but want to call other wrestlers trash? Anyway, but like I said, we are doing each and every Captain America starting this Thursday.
Oh, that's dope. Watch this. What time is that, Freckles?
I keep forgetting the time, but it's between 7 and 8 o'clock p.m. EST. Catch us. And matter of fact, he wants to speak where I was stuttering, and I want you to actually wrestle one time without messing up. But anyway,
why is this becoming like that? Let's just keep moving on. I feel like we are being derailed for no reason. Tell them
I've been in the ring before. Like I've been in the ring before. Like,
oh my Lord!
I don't want to do it again.
This has turned into a roast.
I know. What is happening here?
We're
We're at the end. We're trying to close it off for you guys. And yeah, but please finish your thoughts, sir. Please.
But anyway,
And then we can-
Psycho Sid's on fire.
each and every Thursday, we're gonna do Captain America 1, 2, and 3, leading up to Captain America: Brave New World with the very own Sam Wilson, who looking like he's about to become my favorite Captain America of all time. And yes, it's because he's black. Yes, it's because he's black. And yes, this is because he's black.
Can I sit here and say that suit look actually grew on me, and I hope to cosplay that eventually because I didn't like it at first, but yeah,
it did. But yes, catch us, like, subscribe, follow, and you will get the notification when we come on live. And also, shouts out to each and every one of us that's actually doing something, because I know Sabrina's doing her own thing when it comes to the vlog, to the vlogging. I keep forgetting what's your actual name?
Please take
on YouTube.
Yeah, please.
So I have a YouTube channel where I put up wrestling videos, and maybe have put up one vlog ever, and I have about 700 plus videos on my channel. But you may go on my YouTube channel, the Unofficial Camera Woman, where I go throughout Central Florida and occasionally South and put up wrestling matches that I happen to catch and record along the way. I was at a show a couple weeks ago, and I got to see the one and only Malachi Black make a rare indie scene appearance.
That joke.
And it was a spectacular time. And one of the highlights that some people would say is Bill Alfonso, the manager of champions from WCW, nearly killed somebody for throwing a chair in a match at the end of the main event because people chairs.
Goodness.
But nobody died and nobody got hurt that day.
Well, you know what? And that's good.
Nobody died.
I was gonna say that sounds pretty. Oof.
Yes, and I'll be working a show this weekend for a friend of mine. They're starting their own wrestling company, and
that's good.
With their father, so
good stuff.
We a seminar. I'm not going to be at that seminar because I'm not paying money for that. So,
all right.
I feel it.
You know, real quick, because I know you both got things, and also Freckles. I know you didn't get a chance to do this, but there's a link. You have a Twitch because you be gaming. You was talking about Marvel.
Yes.
Hold up.
No.
No. It's not a good noodle. And you know what we're going to start doing here for the NXT review show? I'm going to get all of you. No. I wish not to be cut off. I want to get this off because, George, I am blowing my load right now because this is awful. You know what's going to happen? I want everyone to know this right now. I want everyone to know we're going to be putting, that's right. I'm going to be putting all your names. We're going to have a good noodle chart. So, George, you're definitely at a negative 500. So, you're definitely not winning good noodle of the year. Jeffrey, Mr. Angel, Steve, we're gonna definitely start having this because the disrespect here is ridiculous. Not a fan of this, George. George, you don't even know how to spell your middle name. How dare you attack me? Let's move. Let's go. Get out of here. And you like Buzz Lightyear over Woody? Pathetic. Let's go. I need a ginger ale, damn it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on Unpopular Review.
I'm fucking hot.
And speaking of plugging things, I'm not sure if he said it throughout all of that, but don't forget to check out the Big Pop Theory podcast where he joins Miss Captain Shay.
Happy birthday to Shay Sawyer. Her birthday was yesterday. Let's give a round of applause to her.
Happy birthday to Shay Sawyer. That's the only reason why I'm froze. That's really the only reason I'm froze. But yes,
and be on the lookout for every opinion that they have. And if anything is said negatively about Finn Balor or Jay White, best believe she will jump on this man. And
I don't want to hear it. You know, one time we did a show.
I think Jack is already fired up enough. Like
no, because one time I said something. She said JC Jane needs to get wins, and she thought she made the funny. She thought she was the opening act for Kevin Hart, and I didn't like any of that because any JC Jane slut is not welcome to the house of Jack. Let's go. But the Big Pop 3 podcast is taking a sabbatical. We'll be back. There's a link to that. There's a link to her YouTube channel, and there's a link to Frecklesensei's Twitch. We want to thank you guys. I am very hot right now because I'm on fire. I might go into a forest and cause a fire right about now. So let's take it home. Let's go. Someone exit the show because I am very George. You please. You tie your shoe and you cry. You watch. You watch General Hospital and you cry at the opening sequel. Please. You are embarrassing yourself in 5K HD. Let's go home. Although I'm technically already home.
Again, thank you for
Yeah, I
joining
was
us.
about to say.
I gotta take another shower now because I'm very hot.
Oh
Let's
God.
go.
Okay. Well,
This was a fantastic show.
Well, for those that have been watching all
Get this outta here.
117, let me repeat that. 100 and some of y'all could never do. 117 people had watched this at live streaming this right now. For all 117 people, we love you, we appreciate you, and we always close out with that. Catch us on everything. Like, subscribe, follow, please, because we got bills to pay and we got mouths to feed out in here. And ain't nothing in this world is free. Yes, that is from a song lyric, and I can't remember the person who made that song up yet, but I'll let you know in the comments. But with that being said, this is Frecklesensei, Bad Guy Jack, and Sabrina Estella, the wrestling doll, signing off on NXT Trio. And we all want to say, fuck Hulk Hogan, and we out.